Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brianna Motzkus, and today's FabriChat.
Good morning.
Hello.
All right, well, we're back in the boutique room with some apologies.
About 17 of you guys beat me home before I realized the coupon code was not working correctly. Because we got an update, which was really cool, that allowed everyone to just be able to, the website just automatically gave you the discount. You don't have to use your coupon code or anything. And that special little check mark was not checked.
Yeah. Which is really nice because we like that. Coupon codes, I think, can be a little bit confusing. So if you don't know what we're talking about on Sunday, instead of our regular box opening, we decided to have a special. And so everything in the boutique room was 15% off. All of the fabrics, the kits, the pre-cuts, everything. And instead of a coupon code, Brianne had it all set up that the discount will be taken at register, which makes sense, which means, no, just the entire thing, your entire purchase, everything will be fine. Well, at register apparently meant
In-store.
at the register, in-store, not online. So it was really sweet because so many of you guys texted and, I'm not sure if that worked.
You're so kind.
Sure, it's like, it didn't work, we'll fix it. So check because
when you get
have a coupon code because we figured out how much you would have saved and you have a gift certificate.
You have a gift certificate. So make sure when you get your package, look on your order form that's in there. You're either going to have a sticky note with a coupon code in there, or if there is room at the bottom of your order, rip that off and save that for next time, because your $12 you saved or the $8 you saved or whatever it is, that is on a gift card. So
$40 you saved.
Yeah, some of you guys saved some really good shopping. You can use that for your next purchase. Whenever. It's a gift certificate, so it will never expire.
Yeah.
So if you want to just put it in your wallet because you know you're going to come this way in a few months and you want to use it then, do that. But yeah, so you can use it anytime.
Yeah. And I think that it was really successful. You guys seem to really like
Yeah,
that. I
I thought
think
you
we'll do
enjoyed
that
it.
more often. That was kind of a fun thing. And we picked boutiques because, of course, as we had mentioned in the video, we really love boutiques and we have quite a few. And it was an easy way to put an entire category on sale rather than just pick one collection or something. So we thought that was kind of fun. So we might do some fun things like that again. Yeah. I have to say on our end, good Lord, we were so tired.
The boutique is way over here and our cutting boards are way over here.
I know.
There's a lot of steps.
I know. Somebody had said, "Oh, did you set up a cutting counter back in the boutique room?" It's like, well, that's what we probably should have
Probably
done.
would have been the smart thing.
I would have been smart, but I was so tired. We called in recruits, and we hired two little girls to come in, which was really
Harper
fun.
came in. She loves coming in. Yeah.
And she's a good worker. And Aurora came in, also a good worker. Aurora's often here on Saturdays working, and so it was fun. And you were going to pick her up, but she said, no. I'm old enough to walk to work by myself. Because, of course, they live on 12th and we're on 10th. So it's just 2 blocks.
Yeah. She beat me to work.
And I was watching because Brittany had just texted and said she just left. So I thought, okay, so I waited like 3 minutes and I walked out the back door and I thought, well, how long should it take? Maybe not 3 minutes, maybe a couple minutes. So Lizzie's going to the bathroom and I'm kind of waiting. And then all of a sudden I could hear one block up. I could hear all these dogs just barking. And I thought, I'll bet that's her.
I bet she's coming down.
Yeah. So they were really, really good. It was good to have them work. And they had fun finding the boutiques, which sometimes can be a little bit difficult because it's like, what was the one? Parsley. There's 5 different parsleys because parsley is the color. But then what was the, and of course we follow the SKU number, but how often we tip that thing forward to look and see, is this the right number? Is this the right number? But anyway, it was really good. Not complaining. It was really nice. And it's nice that you guys got a good deal.
Yeah.
Filled up your stash a little bit. And I think that's a good thing.
And the majority of the orders did go out. So on Monday, we did some cutting of the orders. I did some stuffing because, of course, the post office wasn't open. Mm-hmm. And so yesterday, your Sunday orders went out to the post office. And then any of the last minute ones that came in later on Monday, they'll go out on Thursday with everybody else's.
I think it's kind of weird. I got a text from somebody, an email, saying, gosh, I haven't received my order yet. And should I be worried? And her order was placed on the 7th. And for some reason, I couldn't click on the tracking on it. I tried to enter it in and it said USPS that this wasn't available at this time or whatever. And this was on the 20th. And I thought, wow, 13 days.
Yeah,
and so
some
I
of
looked
them-
it up, and then she said, "Oh, it came that very day it came." But then, like I said to her, and it did go out on the 7th, and I just don't understand why sometimes.
because I've done a few, and they are going. Are getting. There must be some new hires. I guess some of them take the scenic route. They go, to Arizona and then up to, I don't know, South Dakota and then back down and across. Oh wait, you were supposed to stay in Arizona. I don't know. Some of them are like zips on all over.
You just wonder if it gets like thrown in the wrong bin or something. It is fun that they scan it everywhere. So, when you get your order, it has that number and it's in blue and you can click on that. For me, I have to go a little roundabout way to find it, but you guys can click on it. You can see right where it's at.
Yeah, all of the little
And it's just bizarre to me.
Yeah.
And even like Chris Robinson, I'll never forget hers. Hers went back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
And then
crazy.
other people say, "Oh gosh, I can't believe I got it the very next day," or "I got it in 2 days."
And then
So-
other people just right there.
The other thing that we're finding now is letters. It's
stamp.
a risk to send a stamped
Just a stamped
envelope because I think it gets so smushed and smashed and stuck in places that we waited for. I don't remember if it was Sandy or Becky, but one of them, we were waiting for them to get their letter from me, their check from me. And what was it, like 18 days
18
or something?
days. It was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We don't know. Anyways, that was really fun and I think really good, and we were glad that you guys enjoyed that.
Majority of the time, I'm like 9.9 times out of 10, I'm going to ship your guys' packages USPS. Only because we have a great relationship with our local post office. They'll put little APBs out on your package if you're like, oh my gosh, it's been 12 days and we can't really figure out, or there's like missing information. I can call and they'll put that out there so they'll be on the lookout for a package essentially. And then hopefully it will show up sooner rather than later. Or if it accidentally tears open and they can't read the last, 2 digits of the zip code, they can, this is the package or whatever. All your packages have the invoice in them. So I wonder if there's some rule that even the postal service can't finish opening your mail to see if there's a receipt in there. I'm not exactly sure. But if you struggle with USPS in your notes in every order, because I don't have any other way of saving that information, you can put, will you please send this UPS. FedEx is way too expensive for us to ship from here. I don't know why, but it's really expensive here. But I can do USPS, which I love, or UPS. So if that is something for you, just put in your notes on your order. Say, hey, can you send this UPS? I absolutely can. It's just not my preferred choice because it's harder to track. I don't have a phone call. I can't talk to a real person. And so that's the only reason. If you think, well, why postal service? It's just what works for us.
And the tracking. Yeah, it just worked. We know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
And that works really well.
That's why.
All right, let's see. We had a couple of things. I wanted to first, though, we had a couple of questions, a couple of things, but I wanted to first tell you about Pa and our squirrel.
And your squirrel. Have you named your resident squirrel yet?
No, we should give him a name. He is a great big chubby guy, and he has a couple. I assume that they're his women because they're smaller and their tails are not as fluffy. But I don't know how to tell the difference. And we've talked about this before that, I understand cat behavior and mannerisms and dog and even horses and, things, what a flat ear means and that bird chatter sound that a cat will make and a flicking tail. But we've never been around squirrels before. We lived in the country and there's no such thing as squirrels out there.
There's bigger predators
We
out
have
there.
great big birds that will eat you. And so there's no squirrels. We would only see squirrels on vacation. And even then very fleeting, we would never see them. And so it does seem kind of strange probably, but I don't think I'm the only person who feeds the squirrels and likes to watch them. Obviously, there's a lot of you guys that like to do that, and people will say, well, it's just a rodent with a fuzzy tail. Maybe so, but so is a hamster. So is a guinea pig, maybe not. There's no fluffy tails there, but we have those as pets and we like those. And so, I don't know. I think the squirrels are kind of fun and they have such clever little personalities. And I just can't figure out what it means, when they're the big guy that comes in every single morning, he gets his food or whatever, and then he positions himself so that he can look right in the window. And he's like trying to make eye contact. In fact, he'll look until he sees you. And then he wants to eat. And he'll sometimes...
And you don't think it's his reflection? Do you think he's like looking at that pretty guy in the mirror?
No, I think he can see, because he'll turn to where I'm sitting and he'll
so
look at Lizzie.
Looking at his audience.
And I think he absolutely can see us. Yeah. And sometimes he flashes his tail, and sometimes he'll lay flat. Like, look, you could come get me if you want. I don't know what he's doing. And he's just so much fun to watch that, if I'm in my office, and because I'll go out first thing in the morning, I'll let everybody out to go to the bathroom. And then I'll put his food out, feed the bird, fill the bird feeder. And he kind of goes back and forth. He might want to eat the bird feeder food, or he might want to go over and eat the peanuts. We've been using the raw peanuts, the Spanish peanuts that you use for peanut brittle. Is what we've been.
You don't make him shell his own?
No. He doesn't want to. And he makes such a mess.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so no, we've been. And also, I find the unshelled ones buried everywhere. Because I think that's what Lisa gives him, is the unshelled peanuts. And when I'm out gardening, I find those things everywhere. He's planting peanuts everywhere. Like, cultivating. Clever little guy, planting. But anyway, so we watch him every morning, and it was really funny because I think it must have been Saturday when I was at work, Pa, of course, texts me and calls me all day, every day, which is fine, all day. And so he calls me and he says, hey, did you look at the picture I sent you? No, I am working.
And
I am not retired.
That's his hard starting conversation. Why is it my home?
What are you doing? And so I look at the picture thinking it's going to be can I eat this? How do I cook this?
What is this?
Get out of my kitchen. Is this a weed? No, get out of there. What are you doing today? No, he sent me this picture, and I have to tell you first, I have to read. So he says, came in for lunch and thought something was staring at me. I looked up and this is what I saw. And I'll show you the picture. Wait, where's a better one? He sent me 5 pictures. 5 pictures of it. There's one that's a really good one where he's, I think this.
How'd he get in there?
I don't know how he got in there. So here's the thing with this. So Wild Birds Unlimited is the store that we shop at, and our friend Brooke Thompson owns the one in Wenatchee, and she is wonderful, and her store is wonderful, and they are so generous. So that's where we buy all of the birdseed and squirrel food for McKay, and we buy 40-pound bags of unshelled peanuts. And I've showed you before, I think, and there's like this wreath, and so they tuck them in there, and so they climb all over them and pull them out, and the residents love watching. But we buy all of that from Wild Birds Unlimited, and she is so generous with us. She gives us a great discount, oftentimes throws in free stuff, and every single time we'll put in stuff for the residents, and they might be stuffed animals or little figurines or calendars or books, all kinds of things for their bingo prizes.
Oh, sure.
So she's just, and they deliver.
That's great.
We order, and they come here about every other week. So if you are in the Freighter, Soap Lake area, because she'll say, oh, we're going to Grant County, what do you need? Mm-hmm. And they bring it and deliver it right to the door. So it works really well. So if you don't have a Wild Birds Unlimited in your area, I know also that they ship, but
I'll link it in the description for you guys.
Yeah, it's a chain store or whatever, but so they're, but just, they do such a nice job. Just can't say enough about them. But anyway, this particular bird feeder, the way that it works is it's almost like, it looks like a paper towel holder, right? With a hole on it. So you just unhook it from the lid, put this like tall donut paper. It looks like a paper towel. Sure. Yeah. Put that on there and then you hook it back up. And so it's a no mess. The birds kind of peck at it. They like it. You don't have bird seed everywhere. It's great. But we've had to move it a couple of times because we would see him hanging from his back feet, reaching in, grabbing a hold of it. And then he'd take a bite and then he'd let go and it would swing and he'd knock it down. And, so we've moved it a couple times. And so it's in almost touching our kitchen window.
Yeah.
I don't know how he got there.
He had to just, Jesus
Leapt.
take the wheel moment.
Yeah. I'm sorry we missed that. That would have been fun to watch.
Because he would have had to climb up that post and just jumped.
Just jumped. Yeah. I don't know what he did.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's a hungry little feller. So we were watching yesterday morning, I think it was. So, we're watching and he's eating and it's just kind of fun, this whole shaking his tail. And all of a sudden he stopped and he ran up to the tree and we were watching. And I have a new birdhouse that Pa had just put up there. And he ran up there and we couldn't figure out what he was doing. And he was up there kind of yelling and flicking his tail. And it was Danny's cat. So our neighbor, he has this great big hunter cat. And that was, coming over, and that's who the squirrel was yelling at. So I, of course, went out the back door and yelled, and
go home.
Scat's cat. You go hunt somewhere else. And so anyway, so he stayed up there for a little bit and watched, and he was up there kind of by the birdhouse. And so Pa says, well, does he want in the birdhouse? Would he feel safe in there? And I said, well, I don't think he could fit in there. That hole is way too small. And so then Pa says, well, I'm just going to pause for a minute. This is my husband, who most sensible man you've ever met.
Yeah.
For years I have fed this squirrel, trying to lure him over from the park.
Keep it a secret.
Keep it a secret. And so I would put the food in a different place because I thought if he knew that I was feeding a squirrel, he would be upset because they are destructive little demons. That's all I've ever heard. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's true or not. I assume it might be, but I still think if you feed them, they don't have to be digging around for food, right? I mean, so I don't know. So anyway, and the last couple of weeks he's been watching and we've had fun kind of watching this little guy and his little harem. So anyway, so he says, and I've always been a little cautious, thinking, well, if you want to watch this girl, why, yes, let's watch it. It's like it's his idea, So, anyway, so he's up there. And so then all of a sudden he says, well, is there such a thing as a squirrel house?
No way.
And I
What?
said, let me just find out. So I, type in under the search bar, squirrel house. What comes up is...
Is there a camera for one of them? So you can see what he's doing in his house?
I'm sure there must be. But what came up is Amazon, of course. Because in every search engine, it's, of course it's going to search Amazon first. But multiple ones came up. Ones with little porches where they could have their little...
cute.
Put your food. And then ones where this is their hole where they came in, but there was like a little door kind of a thing, so that a cat couldn't reach in.
Oh.
And so anyway, there was a couple of them. So I handed the phone over and I said, well, there's several that we could choose from.
Which one do you like?
And he looks at
Tell me
and
less.
I know. And he says, well, it probably wouldn't be a bad thing just to go ahead and get one.
Deal. Let me get two. We'll see what
I did.
Let's see what fits better.
We'll try
I'm
these
not
two.
quite sure what size it is. We have to figure which one he likes.
So we have a squirrel house too.
That is.
I know.
Is he feeling okay?
I don't know.
Is he?
He's retired, and he's just so casual about everything.
He'll have time to fix things they destroy now.
Yeah. He's just,
That is crazy.
I know. I can't wait for his two sons to find out that
It was his idea.
To put up a squirrel house where I assume, would we have squirrel babies?
I mean, maybe.
Is that what you would use
if he
the
moves
squirrel
his,
house for?
girlfriend over? Maybe.
I mean, where else do they make a nest? In a tree. But,
yeah, in a hole somewhere, probably.
But if there's a hole in the tree's probably dead and they're going to cut it down. I don't know. I have so many questions. I have lots and lots of questions.
Exciting.
I know. I feel like I need to get a book. I'm very excited about our little habitat. I know. I just love it that he is, he's on board. At least at the moment.
He sounds by himself.
I know. We haven't had any cushions. I shouldn't even say it out loud. We haven't had anything chewed up.
And he's not mean to the cats.
No.
Forrest is just sits there and looks at them like, I can't.
Yeah.
You're crazy. Look at me like that.
Forrest looks at him all the time, but Forrest got beat up by a Nubian. Is that what they're
Nubian?
called?
Yeah, looks like a prairie dog.
Prairie dog. He got beat up by one of those a couple years ago, and so he's like, no.
He's not quite tough as he once was. He's decided it's fine.
No, and I've
old,
mentioned
too.
before, yeah, and he's very much a vegan. He's
It
not
doesn't
gonna
come
kill
in a
anything.
can with gravy. It's not worth it.
Yeah, and we try to tell him that's real meat, but no, he's not. He's not hunting anything. He isn't even very concerned about a fly or a spider. Yeah. So anyway, kind of fun. We'll keep you posted. Oh, I'll have more pictures to share. I think that it's, and he, after I ordered it, he said, when is it coming?
3 days. Express shipping. Don't you worry. Not enough time for you to change your mind. Well, he's on board. You can't fix your ass out yet there.
I know. I think as long as they don't destroy anything,
Yeah.
And they haven't, then I think it's probably okay. But anyway, we'll see. Let's see. The other thing I wanted to mention that was kind of fun is I feel like we're probably running out of time. I can never tell how long we chat, but I wanted to tell you guys really quick about this book. And I was going to tell you first, I saw a new word this morning, romantasy. Do you know that word?
Oh, yeah. Oh. It's romance fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know
It's a
that
thing.
was a word.
Yeah.
For all of you romantasy lovers, it's like, oh, that's a good word. I know exactly what that means.
Yeah.
But I'd never seen that word before.
Yeah, I
And
know
that's
that
your
word.
genre.
I know that word.
The
Yes.
romantasies.
Yes.
I think that's a funny word. I like it. So I had started, we have talked about this a couple times, so just a brief little history for those of you that don't know. We love to read. Mostly we do audiobooks because of our lives, and between driving and yard work and sewing and cleaning, it's just easy to be entertained while we're doing those things, and it goes by a lot faster. And so then for a while, since so many other people like to either read or listen to audiobooks, we did our little book club, which was so much fun. But the reason that did not work out is because the more popular books that we found, we would find that nobody could read the books at the same time, and we didn't want to have so many spoilers. And so, so we talk about books and we suggest books. And so many of you guys, I've heard from so many people about The Borrowed Life from Frederick Fife. Frederick Fife. Loved it. Everybody that, waiting on that. And Theo of Golden, thanking me for that. So there have been some really good ones. And I love it because I hear most of those from you guys, which is really good. But while I'm waiting, because oftentimes it's the same thing, I'll put something in my borrow list, because we use Libby and Hoopla, so it's free.
Free options.
Because we can finish a book. I mean, I can finish a book usually in a couple of days. And so we go through a lot of them. But, and so sometimes you're waiting 25 to 30 weeks for a book. So anyway, I had mentioned that, and let me back up. So I'm slowly going through all of the Pulitzer Prize winning books.
Oh, sure.
And the banned books. I want to get through all of those, at least this century's Pulitzer Prize winners and the banned books. So one of them, and it was also one that was recommended by everybody, was The Goldfinch. Have you heard about that one?
Were you talking about
I mentioned it. I think I mentioned it that I started. I think I was whining about it because it was 32 hours.
Oh, yes, yes.
32 hours. And, but rave reviews. Everybody talks, again, Pulitzer Prize winning. And I was going to read to you. Oh, I was looking at pictures. I wonder if I can find this. Oh, yeah, here it is. So, and what had happened too is I knew that it was going to be like 30 weeks before I could read it. And so the other thing that this Donna Tartt, Tartt, the other thing that she had written was, I think it was called A Brief History or A History. Anyway, and it was a fairly disturbing novel about these young boys that were all going to college and just making super terrible decisions. And it was stressful the entire time listening to it because they were just making such bad decisions. And so I thought, oh, made it through that. And, and I think I didn't mention it because it was a difficult one for me to recommend. And I've realized that, something about me. And I think that looking at all of these Pulitzer Prize winners, and they are Pulitzer Prize winners oftentimes because of all of the emotions, right?
Sure.
All of the coming of age stories, and you think of Human Bondage and Lord of the Flies and some of those other ones that are actually fairly traumatic books. And I have really decided, because I think this is the last one that I might do this with, because I think that for me, I don't want to be sad.
Right.
I
would
don't want to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to be upset. I don't want to be worried. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to feel any of those emotions. I don't want those in my daily life. I am pretty scarce about the amount of news that I watch for that same reason. I'm not on Facebook a lot for that same reason. The people that I don't hang out with, it's the same reason. It's like, oh, I don't like all that drama. And so, I live my life that way, and I like those little bits of dopamine surges.
Yes.
Whether it's from sewing or from, babies or animals or little things. I like that. I like that happiness. I like that contentment. And I think the rest of that stuff. And so a 32-hour book that was, for me, I'm going to say, hard to get through. Everybody goes on and on about how great it was, and it was a coming of age story, and you follow this child from 13 to adulthood, several years, and his mom dies in this explosion while they're at this art venue, and he takes this painting of this goldfinch. And anyway, it's this whole life of making bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. And the whole time I'm thinking, oh, why would you do that? Why would you go there? Why are you with him again? Why are you just say no, just say no. And so anyway, 32 hours of me being stressed out.
Sure.
I'm not kidding. Absolutely stressed out the entire time. Drug addiction, just, I don't know. It brilliantly written. I have to tell you, this Donna Tartt obviously does a lot of research. I learned so much, and on both of those books, tons of information that I would have never known, tons and tons and tons of information, but not a feel-good book at all. I have probably 20 minutes left.
Oh.
And I think, well, I don't know how it's gonna end okay. It's not. But anyway, The Goldfinch, Pulitzer Prize winning. And so many people said, oh, you should read this, you should read this. And so, thank you for that. And it's well written, super smart author, but
emotionally distressed.
oh my gosh, I can't take it. And I think that that's the same thing really with movies. Why there's movies.
Yeah,
that
I only watch everyone. When I get a chance to watch one.
I want to laugh.
Yeah.
I want to laugh. I want to have a good time. I want that dopamine surge. I want it. I want it without having to take drugs to get it. I can find it other ways. And so I think that that's important to me. And I think it's the same thing with movies. If there's going to be a horrifying part where a child gets hurt or an animal gets hurt, I don't want that image. I don't want to see it. I don't want to remember it. And for some reason in a book, I don't want that description of it.
Yes.
It's just I don't want to have to.
At the end of it.
Yeah, you can still picture it. And so I just find that and in a book it's really hard because it's like, oh, and I let go of the leash and he took off running and he's not familiar with downtown. And it's like, oh, don't tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. So anyway, I'm a wuss. I admit it. But I really think of it really as just protection. I just want to be and not blissfully unaware. I do know what's happening in the news. I am just as worried as everybody else is. And gosh, the floods and the fires and the, take your pick of the things that you want to be worried about. But there's a lot of stuff that I can't do anything about. And, I'm going to play in my garden and listen to my book and play with the kids and watch the squirrels. And, I think sleep a little easier. So anyway, I've had a couple of you guys ask if I was done with it yet. So I will finish it today. And then my next one up, as I fear, is another one, because my next one up is the goldfinch. Let's see. Let me go back. Is The Correspondent.
Oh, you've been waiting for that one for a long time.
A very, very, very long time.
That's another doozy of a length too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's, wait, let me find out. The Correspondent. Do I have glasses? A novel. 5 people are waiting. Give me a minute. I waited. They can wait. Just don't pressure me. Don't pressure me. So, it says it's a, #1 New York Times bestseller. Discover the word of mouth hit, hailed by Ann Patchett. I like her.
Yeah,
I like her. As a cause for celebration, an intimate novel about the transformative power of the written word and the beauty of slowing down to reconnect with the people we love. Okay, that sounds fantastic.
that sounds good.
That sounds really good. But okay, so here's
the but.
I cried more than once as I witnessed this brilliant woman come to understand herself more deeply.
How long is your listen?
I borrowed this FYI back on February 14th was when I placed it on hold.
Wow. Oh,
For The Correspondent. Jen was one of the ones who told me to. Where does it say how long it is?
Yeah, and I think Marjorie was saying she's like up any moment for it. She's like next in line.
Can you see? What does it say?
Oh, this is a little 8.5 hours.
Oh, baby, done with this bus.
That won't be so bad then.
Baby,
it's gonna be fast emotions. If you're gonna go through all the emotions, it's gonna be quick lift.
Yes.
You don't have to live it. You can
worry. I know, because that's what happens. 32 hours, listening. So even if it was 3 hours in an evening listening, and then, you just think and think and think and thinking about them in the morning, and then you listen a little bit in the morning and, thinking about it all day. This poor little 13-year-old boy, and then 15-year-old boy, and then 18-year-old boy. It's like, oh, honey.
Yeah.
Just worried. But, the other thing too, though, is it's that thing of understanding. There was another book that I read that I would never recommend because it was 5,000 F-bombs in the book. But the books that would worry you as a parent.
Yeah.
That if you were not paying attention, what is your child doing when you're not watching? And that's what The Goldfinch is about, is how can you get in that much trouble?
Yeah.
Without parental supervision. And he, of course, had no parental supervision, but it worries you the perils that are out there with kids that don't have helicopter parents. Which people say that like helicopter parents are a bad thing. It's like, oh no, I was right there.
Sold off. My kids are used to it. They do not care. They don't get a choice.
Nope.
What do you mean I can't walk to Landon's house? Because that is 6 blocks and you're a country bumpkin. That's 4 crosswalks.
You'll talk to everyone. Everyone.
Even on Monday, the girls walked home back to Aurora's house because they got bored here, and I had like an hour left of work. It's like, well, let me call Auntie. Let me see if you can Harper can come over or whatever. And so they were walking, and I gave them strict instructions. You're gonna go here. You're gonna walk to the school. I don't care if you walk in the grass or whatever. And then you're 2 blocks from home.
One left turn.
And it's like, don't talk to anybody. Nobody has candy or a puppy. You
don't
will
pet any dogs.
Straight home. And Mom and I are sitting out there watching them until they cross, because we can see the whole crosswalk till they get to the school. So okay, they're no more crossing. And they were standing at this crosswalk for quite some time. I was like, what are they doing?
What are they doing?
I said, well, they're looking both ways, but they have a horrible depth perception. So there could be a car coming, but they're 4 blocks away, but they're going to
Wait for the car.
Which I mean,
Is
it's
that
not
car
a bad thing, but there's cars like, what are you guys doing?
And that was what was happening is the cars were going really slow, like, what are you girls doing? And they're just standing there on the sidewalk holding hands, just waiting. For a very long time. And then finally they're looking, and then they bolt across the floor, across the block. And then after they bolt across, we're watching. No car ever came.
No.
Again, so I don't know. I think
They made it all right.
Apparently
It was
terrified them.
totally fine, but
I know.
yeah.
I know. But, you know, there's that fun little thing. I had shared it many times about that little puppy that, and the mama dog is saying it's a little, you know, AI thing where
Oh, sure.
the mama dog is,
Whatever.
and the puppy dog, and the mama dog is saying, you know, well, you can't get in the van, you know, well, what if he has a puppy? Well, he doesn't have a puppy. Well, what if he has candy? Oh, I love candy. No.
I mean, no, I won't get in there. I don't even like it. Yeah.
What if, but he says that, what if he says, but your mom sent me to get you? Oh, well, of course you would do something like that. Send somebody to get me for, yeah, I would get in there. No, don't get in there.
Totally.
It's totally your kid.
Totally
Your
my kids.
And it was my kids.
They're afraid of nobody. They're so extroverted. It's like,
I'm sure you know me. Do you know me?
Sit
Of course
down.
you do.
yeah. And Maisie's quite sure she knows everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere in the store. Hey,
knows
you.
me.
Hi. It's like, Maisie, we don't know that person. I do. My best friend.
I do. I do.
No, they are not.
Fun kids.
Yeah, they're fun.
Fun kids. All right. All right. Well, I think we've talked for too long. So we're going to let you guys go. But then let's see. Tonight, box opening tonight.
Box opening at 5.
We have another retreat starting.
Paper piecing.
Paper piecing.
That'll be a fun recap.
really fun. Fun people.
We're doing the Hunter Star is the main idea, but everyone else can bring and do whatever they want to do.
We have a couple people that are starting a Judy Niemeyer one, which is really good.
Yeah, good.
Judy has been here twice. Her the first time that she came, our classroom was still here in the shop, and we taught. And then the very first class that we did, in the event center was Judy Niemeyer.
Yeah.
Coming, and we had 36 people.
It was crazy. It was
Everybody got one table. It was wrong. It was way too many people. You cannot cram them in there like that with only one table. That was the only time we did it, but you know, lesson learned. We didn't want to turn anybody away, so it was fine. But anyway, that was our very first.
And some
one.
people were just prepping. Some people had already done them, so they knew how to prep, and they were so it was okay. But it was a lot. It was definitely a sweat.
She was a lot of fun back when she used to travel a lot. Now it's a whole different empire. She has trained people to teach for her, and she's built her own little spot where you go to see her. So, you know, that works out well. Sue Spargo did the same thing. She came to see us a couple times, and then last time she was here, she was measuring, how big is this room?
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
She said, you know, I'm building my own spot. I said, well, it makes sense. If you don't like to travel so much anymore, it is hard to travel.
Yeah.
She said she didn't have any grandkids yet, but she was thinking some were going to start coming in, so she wanted to be prepared. So that all makes sense. But it was good back in the day that we had them here, which was good. So anyway, so yeah, paper piecing this week.
Yep.
That'll be
Box
a lot of
opening,
fun.
regular box opening on Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go.
All right.
We're going to.
We'll see you tonight at 5.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.